that's a questionable thing. I mean, and that's the interpretation that you're putting on it. In the bill, you don't see us say we're offering conversion therapy. Nowhere in the bill is that. You are suggesting conversion therapy. What we discuss in the bill, or what is offered in the bill, is approved medical treatment that is approved by the Ghana Medical Association. And that is the standard in Ghana. The Ghana Medical Authority and Ghana Medical Association approves all medical treatments that are given. So in the bill, there is no talk of conversion
what is
therapy.
that if not conversion therapy against the will of the people who may be gay, bisexual or transgender?
So if you have an intersex person and they're going corrective surgery because they realize, and let's be clear, science is science. Science will determine whether you're male or female when we do a sequencing of your DNA. There is no gender neutrality when it comes to determining who is male or female. Your genetics show which sex you are. And so if you're an intersex person, for example, and there is corrective surgery to help make your dominant gene reflective in your sexual orientation, how then is that seen to be conversion therapy?
Well, because you're going against international law, though, aren't you? If the UN says this is torture, then that is what you are doing. You are going against international definitions.
Claire, the UN has not said approved medical treatment is torture. You are saying so. The UN does not determine what is medical treatment in Ghana. Ghana is governed by its own laws, not by the UN. And let's be clear, the UN has not made homosexuality a human right. The UN has not had any votes at the General Assembly. In fact, the Ghanaian government has had the occasion to say to the homosexual cabal, if you want to have a vote on this, table it before the UN General Assembly and let us have a vote on it. And then we will be guided by it. But to come in through the window and say that the UN has banned a conversion therapy, nowhere in our bill does the bill talk about conversion therapy.
Okay, is the Pope wrong then? The Pope Francis said last year that he thinks same-sex couples should be allowed to have civil unions. He said homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God and have the right to a family. The head of one of the largest Christian faiths in the world. Is he wrong?
Well, the Pope has expressed his opinion. The Catholic Church has not taken a definitive decision on that. And let me give you a typical example. The Methodist Church in the UK has said that they're going to allow for gay marriages and all. The Methodist Church of Ghana has disassociated itself with that decision. We are not under that. We're not going to be bound by the decision of that church. This bill is supported by the Catholic Bishops' Conference.
The Bible, Genesis 1:27 says God created man in his own image. In the image God, he created him, male and female. He created them. If he created man and woman in his own image, then he created homosexuals, bisexuals and transgender people too, didn't he?
Well, Claire, my bill is not a religious bill. It is a bill on cultural values. But if you want to go into the Bible, I'll grant you that. Bible says God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. He says, for this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cling to his wife. It doesn't say cling to another man. And so if you want to read the Bible, don't read just one part of it. We can read the Bible and go explicitly. Again, the same Bible tells us that God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexuality. So when you want to quote the Bible to support homosexuality, let's be very clear.
I'm not doing that. I'm merely testing your arguments out, as millions of people listening to this around the world would do in my position too. That's my job as a journalist. But we thank you. We thank you very much for joining us on Newsday. Samuel Nartey George, Member of Parliament in Ghana, one of the main sponsors of
involving any entity from those countries will not pass through Parliament. Americans in the case of Honorable Berger, the Dutch in the case of Honorable Suhini, any loan agreement or any approvals from Parliament that have to do with any business from those countries, we will block it. And if push comes to shove, we will begin to publish the names of all businesses in Ghana operating that are from those countries or affiliated to those countries, and we will mobilize national action against those companies and make sure that those companies are shut down in this country. Because if they would want to use that as cheap blackmail, we would as well flex our muscles in our country. This is our sovereign country, and nobody can hold us to ransom. I've heard people say that, why do you want to travel to those countries if you don't support LGBTQ? Who told you in those countries majority of the people there support LGBTQ? And if that is the case, we don't support it here. Why are they here? Then they should also leave our country. If they can be here and we can tolerate them, they have no right whatsoever to say they can't tolerate us. But maybe this is the watershed moment where we would establish the sovereignty of this country and hold and call the bluff of anybody who thinks that they can take us for a ride. We've seen it happen in other jurisdictions. Nothing has happened. We will weather the storm, we will pass the bill, and they will comply with the bill so long as they are within the jurisdictions of Ghana.
Sam George expressed confidence majority of his colleague lawmakers would vote for the passing of the anti-LGBTQ bill.
Individuals have their different opinions. We cannot compel everybody to do what we think is right, but I am confident that the overwhelming majority of the members of parliament will vote for the bill. Now, anybody who chooses not to vote for the bill will be doing so on the basis of whatever convictions they have, but however, they must be minded that they have a chair in that house not because of their convictions, but because of what the people who voted for them want. And so their actions and decisions must be on the basis of what the people who voted for them want.